Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Flex Alexander.
And it's Imani.
And welcome to season 2 of the Daddy Daughter Dance Podcast, where we talk about everything father-daughter. We missed you guys for a while. We had some things going on, right? Yeah, some movement going on.
Yeah.
Busy and all that stuff. As you see, we kind of in a new setup. Just newness. There's newness happening all around us. And today, listen, I am proud because, man, this little miss right here, had a birthday and man, just growing up and taking on responsibility. This chick here got herself a new car. But what's even better, it's not under mommy, and it's not under daddy. It's under her. Yeah. Tell us how that feels.
Honestly, it feels really good to have been able to even go and like, cause I think it's like, okay, like it's cool and I'm excited, but I know, okay, like I actually have a responsibility, which is obviously fine because I will choose that any day. I will make that happen. But it's really cool to have it all done under my name, and I know that it will help, like
build your credit.
Yeah. So.
Yes, which is important, which is one of the things that, I wanted to teach her. I teach them all the mistakes I've made. I'm thankful for those mistakes because I was able to teach her what you do, what you do not, what you don't do, and how to move. And even though your credit's great, doesn't mean get a credit card. I'm like, you ain't getting no credit card until you can pay that bill. But she got a credit card. It's a certain limit, and that way, she can keep up with it and not put herself in debt. Like so many of us do. I know I've done it. I get a credit card saying, I remember my first credit card I got $1,500 or $2,000. Man, I ran that sucker to $1,800 with high utilization. And that's the thing I've been teaching her and her brother, that high utilization is a killer. You want to be 30% or under if you can. So we pulled her credit and we checked it out, and I'm like, yeah, she's doing all right. Yeah. So how you feeling about that responsibility, that note every month?
Well, it's definitely something that's like, dang, like, it's obviously like pain, but it's like not, as bad, because I realized that you really do need a car, one, and then you need to kind of invest in things that will help set you up, down the line. So I guess I try to see it like that, because you definitely need a car.
Yeah. Oh, but what about the part it's responsibility now, and you work, you have a job, so that's good. But this will teach you, whatever your pay cycle is, it'll teach you, whether it's every week, whether it's every 2 weeks. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside. I'm not touching this. And if it's every 2 weeks, I'm not touching this. I'm putting this aside and this aside. So I know that on the first or whatever the date is, I can pay that note and be on time, because you want to have stellar credit. I mean, in this country, which is crazy, you can go to other countries and credit doesn't matter. It's like, you have a job, okay, then fine. But here, you had a country who's trillions of dollars in debt, but got the nerve to judge us on credit. I'm like, man, Credit Karma said I have outstanding approval odds, but we know Credit Karma is not what you look at to base your credit at all. So, what have we learned as far as credit score, as far as just keeping up with your credit? Because I know, before you went to the dealer, I said, hey, we're going to pull your credit. We're going to look at everything. And I know it was something new for you. But what are the things that you learned, or the things that you think you need to learn even more about credit overall?
I guess my main thing that I would want to know is what makes credit like the thing that's like Like who came up with that? Like, because there's like regular debit cards that really are just, but then there's an actual credit card.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does that tie into house, cars? Like, how does that tie into like just your whole life, basically?
It's basically, the system is set up on credit worthiness. So that means, debit cards are frowned upon because debit cards do nothing for you, and you're pulling money from your account, and it's not helping you raise your credit. So, like if you buy a plane ticket or if you buy stuff like that, you always want to buy it with a credit card if you can, when you have one, because in that way you are covered by the credit card company if something goes wrong, or the ticket was canceled, or just anything happens. You can go to your credit card company. It's tougher to go to through debit card at the bank and say, hey, you can. Sometimes it'll work where you say, hey, this was charged and I didn't do it or whatever, and they'll work with you. But the credit card is basically building up your credit. It's like if you borrow money from a friend, or vice versa. You lend some money to a friend and they're like, hey, I need $100, and I'm gonna give it back to you by the end of the month. So the end of the month comes and they don't have your $100, you gonna be feeling some type of way. Yeah, so that's how the credit system is. They feel some type of way, so what they do is they mess up your score, and it prevents you from really thriving. You know what I mean? So it's credit worthiness. So, like you should. I mean, you be proud of that. You were, high sevens, is almost 800, and I wouldn't let her touch anything, do anything, because I knew that this day was coming, that she had my old car. My old car was run down, raggedy, so it was time for her to get her own. So I knew this day was coming, and you want to have that credit. And sometimes it's a curse to have great credit but not enough credit. So you have one credit card, and I made you an authorized user on my old credit card, but then I took you off so that your score was up. So I said, let me take you off of that, so that anything I do doesn't affect you. You know what I mean? Because if my credit usage is high, it's going to affect you as an authorized user. So you want to build that so that you can fly out on your own. And sometimes when you at a deal or whatever, and they'll say, oh well, they don't have enough credit, but it's a great credit score. Do you want to do a drive off or money down? And thankfully you didn't have to do any of that. You got to drive off zero down. So the credit system, I think we should get rid of, but the credit system really is showing your credit worthiness, your ability to pay back on time, and as you build that, that's almost just as good as cash. And they say cash is king, but credit can do a lot for you. Credit can do a lot for you. So what do you see yourself doing in the future as you work more and you learn? Because I know at some point you want to get another credit card, like a really, like a, Chase card or something like American Express or something like that. What do you see yourself doing in the future with your credit? And if you don't know, it's cool. You can ask me questions. But what do you see yourself down the line doing?
Like what I would use for the credit, like
use for it.
So like
a a place.
Like okay. Definitely that. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that because I feel like that is something that's really needed, and once that day does come, it helps you grow in a different way than you can, like, you've like grown here, like being home and all that, but then once you move on your own, you have a different phase of like becoming you, or like just learning new things. So I think I definitely would be preparing my credit for a place whenever I move out on my own, because I feel like that's really important, and that's what they also look at when you are getting a place too. So that's probably one of the main things.
Yeah, they're definitely looking at your credit, but they're also looking at what you make.
Yeah.
And can you normally want to, when you fill out an application, you want to at least be making 3 times, sometimes 3 to 4 times more than whatever the rent is, so that they know, okay, this person, with their salary, they can take care of this rent. Or if you buy a house, you can take care of this mortgage, and your monthly debt doesn't outweigh what your gross is. You know what I mean? So that's the thing you want to watch, because even though you may have an 840 credit score at some point or whatever, it doesn't mean go out and get a place. You got to have the money to be able to maintain that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To maintain that. And I'd say initially, for a while, stay away from American Express in the beginning, because American Express, great card, but with American Express, I think now they're starting to do where you can do in payments. Like, say if you have a card and you have a $2,500 limit, and say you spend 1 month $600, it may cost you $189 that month to go towards the overall amount. I think they're doing that now, but it used to be American Express. If you spent $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 on the American Express, at the end of the month, guess what they want? The whole thing. So I would stay away from that for now, and just start writing out, what you see, where you see yourself in the future, and things you want to achieve and you want to get as far as finances and credit. Now you have the car, which is a great tool. And also, if you're young and you get in a car, if it's a parent out there and you don't know about it, always get the service warranty, the extra warranty. It's a mechanic's warranty, which basically you get a bumper to bumper warranty. So it covers, the stuff, the engine and stuff like that. But you want to get a service warranty, which covers, you're driving and a pebble hits the windshield and it cracks. It covers that. Tires, it covers that. Anything in the engine, it covers that. Struts, anything, it covers all of that. All you do basically is you take your car, you fill up gas, you take your car in and you just walk away and they fix it. So always, it may cost a little more. It may be about another $80 to your note, but it's very important that you get a service warranty. Those are golden, especially for young drivers, because this one here likes to drive all over the United States. She sure does. You don't have you don't have any questions? Well, any thoughts? I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
It all made a lot of sense when we were at the place and I had to sign, and like the things that they were saying, it like made more sense there. And just like, I guess I've always known, because you guys have always told us that, like, how important credit is, and I guess it just made me realize that when you do have good credit, that you can get so many like things,
They don't treat you like a stepchild.
So, yeah, that's honestly, I guess, just this will help me learn, I guess, more, just a lot more, I guess.
And also, when you're signing, knowing what you're signing, always asking, okay, what is this I'm signing? Let me look over it again, because you always want to make sure what's on the paperwork and the agreement is what you're signing. Because you could be talking, they can make a mistake, throw down a higher number, you don't know you signed. You're like, wait a minute, I didn't sign for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very important. So if you're out there, and again, because not all parents know about it. Like, listen, it took me a long time after getting beat up by car dealers, because some of them are just the worst, to learn how to really look over your stuff, how to deal with it, and how to be prepared. And so when she gets older and was going to get another car, and she wants to do it herself, she knows, because they will sell you up a river for sure. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud. This is just a proud moment for me, because she really is stepping into that adulthood. This is when real life starts. When you have bills in your name, The next step soon is gonna be her cell phone. It's coming, not yet, but yeah, it's coming. I don't believe in, you have. I think in our culture we come up and we go 18. When you 18, you getting your ass out the house. I don't believe in throwing our children to the wolves like that. Now, we also have spoiled them ridiculously, but I just think the longer they can and the more they can learn and be prepared, so when they do get out in the world, they're straight. Like other families, other cultures, their kids could stay with them, build up, save money, and do all that stuff, and then go out there and succeed. But if you just throw them out there, I mean, it's different than when we grew up. You just throw them out there. I think you are setting them up for failure. Some, not all. Some can swim. Some sink. But for us, it's just. I just think let's teach them is instead of giving them what we didn't have, let's teach them what we didn't know, and that is what I'm trying to do, because they're already spoiled, so it's too late for that. And that's our fault. That is our fault. But and the funny thing is, in the transition, a few times she had to drive her brother's car, but I'm like, okay, when you gonna let your brother drive your car? She was like, huh? Yeah, return that love. And besides that, what else? I mean, what else is coming up? Like, isn't there something coming up? Like September, I don't know, 20th or something?
Yes.
What is that? What is that?
I'm dropping my second single called TikTok on the 20th. I'm super excited.
On all platforms.
Yeah, on all platforms it will be out. So I'm super excited because everyone that I played this song for loves this song, and I love it too. So I can't wait to take this next step. So yeah.
And what for you, performances obviously would be the next step for you to get live performance experience, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is what I want to do, because I think that's, you have to practice more. Like I want to practice even more, like at home. I need to get like this is what I put on my birthday list, but a little speaker with a microphone. So I can practice singing, and then also doing it with other people would help, like being around other people. So
but you have the speaker downstairs as a mic, right?
No, not that.
Not that? Oh, okay.
No,
it's a different thing.
Yeah, I sent you guys a screenshot.
Oh, okay. You sent a screenshot. Okay, yes. Yeah, sending more screenshots of more gifts. Oh, boy. So I'm sorry. So you were saying practice more, continue recording.
Yeah.
What's your process when you're writing?
I guess kind of just like thinking of something to really talk about, and then just like how you feel, and then just go from there. Because I think it's like writing songs or anything that you're like creating is like a form of, I guess, like how you feel and stuff. So I feel like that kind of is really the start of that, and then you just go with the flow.
Oh, just go with the flow.
Yeah,
it's funny. so funny. But that's, I'm just happy that you're finding your lane and being patient, because this thing is definitely a marathon. It's not a race. Takes time. It takes perseverance. It takes being a thick, tough skin. Be able to take criticism, all that stuff. And I mean, you got your mom right there that like can really help you, and you never use that. I don't understand that. I don't understand.
Well, when I get a microphone, then she can help.
Oh, whatever. She's been trying for long. It's like, come here.
I do let her help me, and Gammy too.
When you put your videos up, you just go and you put them up.
Yeah, because sometimes it's just I'm like, I actually sounded good. Like this was good.
It's not that you sound bad, but sometimes she can just be like, tweak this or tweak that.
No, I know.
So this is what we deal with. This is what we deal with. So going forward, I mean, like, what is what's to come? What else? I mean, we talking about credit, obviously, car and career, and like what else? Like, what else is drives you right now, or what else excites you, pushes your creativity?
I mean, I don't know. Just mainly just like seeing my future, I guess, and that's
Mm-hmm.
like knowing where I will land. So just I guess I can really say that
Mm-hmm.
is what is my main focus is, or what keeps me going. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking for this, long, like really expressive. She's like, yeah,
I mean,
just
that's really what it is, honestly.
really. Oh, okay.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, what do you want me to say?
I mean, no, I'm just checking because this business is it's a tough one, it's a deep one, and you just gotta be prepared every which way.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm.
Yeah, it's speechless again. Well, anyway, listen, we are excited to be back, and so many of you have supported.
Yes.
So many people have reached out. People in the street. I've had people come to me and say, "Man, I love your podcast with your daughter, and got to keep doing it." And we had to take a pause for a minute again. New surroundings, moved, a lot going on. So we are back, and we just continue to subscribe. Click right down there at the bottom. Subscribe, share, subscribe, share. We're growing. We have 548, I think, subscribers at this point, and we just want to keep growing so that you guys can, just enjoy what we're doing because we enjoy doing it. And at the end of this episode, we put a little snippet of her song TikTok. Again, it'll be out September 20th on all platforms. So yes, check it out. And we thank you for hanging out. You can follow me at FlexA4Real on Instagram, FlexA4Real on TikTok, FlexA4Real on Snapchat, and Flex Alexander on Facebook. Where can they find you?
Oh my God. Imani Aaliyah with 3 H's.
Say it again.
It's a place.
Tape is rolling. Imani Aaliyah with 3 H's on Instagram, on all platforms. Imani Aaliyah.
TikTok,
Yeah.
Twitter.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, I don't know why that was so funny.
I don't know either. But anyway, thanks for hanging out with us. This is the Daddy Daughter Dance Podcast, the podcast where we talk about all things father-daughter related. We will see you next week. Every Wednesday. At what time? 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Love y'all. Peace out.